if you want to get more from this life, you have to understand that efforts and grind are not always rewarded. They're not only rewarded, they are essential. But at the end of the day, it's all about your energy and your frequency. I want you to picture this for a moment. Have you ever been like to a certain place, like a restaurant, a social event, and someone walk in the room? And just by looking at that person, you can you can kind of sense that they have something different. You can kind of tell that their energy is different, and hence you feel attracted by that person. On the other side, you can engage in a conversation with some people, and it seems like they're very off. Their energy is completely off. It doesn't matter what they say, the way they say it is very repulsive, and you're like, I don't want to be friend with that person. It's probably happened to you multiple times. So the point of me sharing those two situations is I want you to understand that energy is real, and people will either accept you or reject you from the life based on your energy. And why I'm saying that grind and effort are not always important, and why people should focus more on their energy, their frequency, because this is what is magnetic to people. You are mostly attracted to certain person because they have their they have this aura, they have this energy that makes them magnetic. And this is how you want to operate. You want to become a magnetic person. And the other side, think as well of a random guy who's not in good shape, who doesn't feel like very confident. His energy is completely off. Let's say that person is at a nightclub, at a bar, and let's say his goal is to talk to women. Maybe he's looking for a girlfriend. Well, if that person's energy is off, it doesn't matter if he's talking, if he tries to talk to 10, 50, or 100 women. You know in advance that guy is already set up for failure. Doesn't matter the volume of women he's trying to reach out. He's already losing because internally he doesn't have that energy. Why he doesn't have that energy is because he doesn't have that confidence. And why at the end of the day people don't have this confidence? Well, it all comes down to their self-image. What is self-image? Self-image is the perception of yourself. Like, how do you perceive yourself? And at the end of the day, the world will always mirror back that perception. If you have a low self, if you have a low self-esteem, if you have a poor perception of yourself, meaning a poor self-image, this is the reflection that you will get. Life is more a mirror, it's not a window. You always get what you're putting in. And at the end, the currency of this universe is energy. If your energy, your frequency are very low, you're always going to attract people, situation, events that will always keeping you in the same frequency. You're like a radio station. You can only attract what you are in tune with. Let's say if you're driving your car and you're turning on FM station, you can only attract FM music. So if your frequency is setting at a very low vibration, well, naturally the events, the people that you will attract in your life will keep you in the same vibration. And you have to understand that that universe, the world we're living in, is operating by law. And if you want to play the game the right way, you need to understand the law. Imagine you trying to play basketball for the first time and you start using your feet, and then the referee is always sending you off. But because you don't know the rules, you get frustrated and you repeat the same mistake and you get sent off again. And it's on repeat no matter how hard you try. But how easier the game would be if you actually understood the rules in advance. Life is the same way. Understand the rules, understand the laws that are governing all of us. One principle of this universe is frequency. The universe works in frequency. So you, if you want to improve the quality of your life, it's not about like always grinding more. It's not about like, more effort. It's not about like, trying more. But you have to focus on raising your frequency, operating at a higher level. And the only way you can do that is by upgrading your self-image. Brings me back again to self-perception, like how do you perceive yourself? Well, let me be clear with you. If you wake up every day and you are in a body you're not proud of, if you wake up like you have excess body fat, you look at yourself in the mirror upon waking up and you see some teeth and you see like a balloon around your belly, well, ask yourself this question. Is that body makes you feel proud? Odds are very high that 99.9% of the time, the answer will be no. You're not proud of the way you look. You cannot be proud of the way you look when you're holding excess body fat. So if from the moment you wake up, you look at yourself and you have that feeling of disappointment, of shame, naturally your self-esteem will be very low. You will always have a poor image, a poor perception of yourself if you let down your body, if you're not treating your body with respect. If you treat your body like garbage, you're going to feel like garbage and eventually always going to attract situation that is going to reinforce that image of garbage that you have of yourself. It's going to feel harsh what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, guys, like, I want you to understand that this is reality. This is, the world might seem unfair right now for you. And the only reason is because you are the problem. And if you are the problem, you are also the solution. Because guess what? Self-image is just a concept. And it can be changed. And how do you change your self-image? If there is a direct correlation between the way you look and the way you perceive yourself, how about we improve that body? How about we upgrade that physique? How about we build a physique that is going to make you feel confident? How about we drop that body fat? How about we get as close as possible to 1-digit body fat? How about we building abs? Just play with it for a moment. Play with it mentally. How different you're going to feel if tomorrow you're waking up in that body that looks like a Greek god body and not like a bag of potato chips. How different you're going to feel about yourself. How proud you're going to feel. And just by having that feeling of pride, that feeling of satisfaction, because guess what? This is what you get from hard work. This is what you get from fitness. It's not just about like bulking and building muscle, but you have to understand, the more you improve your physique, the better the perception of yourself will be. And if you have a better perception of yourself, naturally you're raising your self-image. You're raising your frequency. And this is the point where you become magnetic. Circling back again to that guy who was out of shape and go to the bar and try talking to 100 women and he's not getting anyone because of course he's not attractive. He's not proud of the way you look. Like, why other people will show respect and accept them and accept him in their life? But you now, you won't have to talk to 100 women. If you show up in the room, your aura is great, your energy is very high, you dress well, you jacked, bro, most likely you need to talk like to maximum like 5 women. So in this situation, getting way better results with less effort because now you became magnetic. Same with work, like, just think about like people working real estate. If 2 guys have the exact same knowledge about the market, but one is completely out of shape and showing up at your doorstep, he's sweating, he's not dressed properly, and the other guy, he's jacked, dressed super well, has a nice smile, who are you going to give your business to? The answer is obvious. So do you get what I'm trying to say, that the world might seem unfair because it doesn't always reward grind and effort, but instead it rewards frequency and energy. And the more energy you can display by having that very high frequency, by upgrading your self-image, by working on yourself, working on your mindset, working on your physique, having a set of non-negotiable habits so that you can ultimately build the best version of yourself in all of these areas of your life. Like, guys, this is what I want you to understand, that fitness is not just about like, it's not just about like training and tracking your diet, but it's like a master key for life. The number of opportunities that you will attract in your life by just upgrading your physique. It's like infinite potential because you're not aware of it, but by upgrading your physique, you're upgrading your self-image, you're raising your frequency, and hence you attract better things into your life. The quality of your life improve thanks to fitness. So you have to stop forcing things. You have to stop chasing things and become the person who deserve to receive them. Become the magnet. Become a fucking savage. Become a savage at building your physique. Become a savage at being disciplined. Waking up when no one is watching. Putting the work when no one else is watching. Because you know what? You will always have a positive return on your life. And the return is infinite. It's always for the best. But the only price that you have to pay is you got to put the damn work. And this is what a lot of people are avoiding. They're not willing to put the work on themselves. And they think that by doing more outside, like things will improve. Whereas you have to look it in the overweights, all in and out. Most people try to change things outside to change themselves. But it's all inward first dies. You have to work on yourself. You have to understand that concept of self-image. What can you do today to raise your self-image? Is it like getting in better shape? Is it like dropping the bad habits? Is it like upgrading your environment? There's different ways you can do. But for most people, it has to start with their physique. Because a lot of guys today are just like completely out of shape. And then the quality of the life is fucking shitty. Not because the world isn't fair, but because they've been neglecting themselves. And they're paying the price in return. So don't be that guy anymore. Make a decision today to become a savage at what you do. And understand that fitness is not a sacrifice. Fitness is not just about working out. It's not just about diet. It's not just about like building muscle. But it's about upgrading the quality of your life. It might seem a very complex process, but once you understand that better physique means better perception of yourself, means you're raising your self-image, hence your frequency, and hence better things comes into your life, now you understand that everything makes sense and why you have to make it as a top priority in your life. And if you don't know where you start, it's going to be a link in my bio to apply to work one-on-one with me. So we can work on make you feel a savage, build the best version of yourself, both physically, both mentally, so that you're going to improve the quality of your life. But it has to start with you. So just make that decision today.